Hey everybody, it's Barbara Cape, president of SEIU West. I wanted to do a bit of a check-in with all of you. It's been a pretty stressful and it's kind of scary out there with the number of outbreaks that have been happening all over the province. We've got a lot of questions about the vaccine and when you're going to get it, shifting directions and sometimes no direction at all from our facilities. And I'm feeling the same thing that you guys are. So we're putting a lot of pressure on the Saskatchewan Health Authority and the Ministry of Health to get answers to your questions. And sometimes it feels like there's no real plan going on from government. And that's really what we need right now more than ever. And I know how hard all of you are working, but I knew how hard you were working even before the pandemic. And we need to see some fundamental changes in our public services, starting with the healthcare system and staffing. And we're not going to stop until that happens. If anything has shown us from this pandemic, there's some pretty gaping holes in what's happening in our public services. But I've got a few updates for you, so let's get to it. Now, the vaccine rollout is moving along slowly, but we need that to kick into high gear. Now, SEIU West recommends that our members get the vaccine where possible. Talk with your doctor, make sure that your health will support it. But I would say if you have questions about the vaccines, whether it's the Pfizer or the Moderna version, educate yourself, ask questions. Now, we're going to be putting out a fact sheet and a frequently asked questions sheet on our COVID page on the SEIU West website. Take the time to get to know what this vaccine is all about and then make the decision for yourself. I think as a resource, as a tool for fighting this pandemic, taking the vaccine is the least that we can do, and it protects us, but it also protects our loved ones and it protects the people that we take care of. We're also asking questions about how all healthcare workers are being sequenced to receive the vaccine. And we're putting pressure on the Saskatchewan Health Authority to communicate better to all frontline workers about what that looks like, because there's a lot of questions coming in from all across our membership asking when they're in line to get the vaccine. And we also need to know how frontline workers in the education sector, the community-based organization sector, retirement homes, industrial, allied, municipalities, all of our sectors, when are they going to get the vaccine as well? So we're looking for some clarity in the coming days and weeks to get that information out to you as quick as possible. Now, for those members who are covered by the SAHO agreement, voting on the tentative agreement ratification is still open until Friday at 3 p.m. Now, you have to register to vote, and registration's open until noon on Friday. And you can do that on the SEIU West website. We're going to release the results on Monday, January 18th. We're also continuing to push the government of Saskatchewan to improve and expand the temporary wage top-up for all healthcare workers. Now, we've been lobbying, calling, emailing all members of the legislature to educate them on what exactly is happening in healthcare, on the front lines, in acute care, in home care. It's not just long-term care where we need to see that wage top up, and it's not just long-term care where we're seeing the crush of COVID cases and the impact on staff. And we're also demanding that acute care and home care receive the same benefit and that the timeline be extended for that temporary wage supplement, and that those who are eligible should also include people who work in community-based organizations like group homes. They do pretty much the same or similar work as the healthcare system, but unfortunately, they are excluded from accessing this temporary wage supplement. So finally, on the lighter side, Family Literacy Day is on January 27th. And we are running a contest on our Facebook page for your suggestion for the best book ever. Check out our Facebook page for details, and you can win a Chapters Indigo gift card. For the record, the best book ever for me is the book that I'm currently reading. Now, the outbreaks at Parkside, at Luther Care, at Waka, in our hospitals, and around our communities are terribly sad because people get sick and people die from this virus. And they're really scary. And we've been calling for a public inquiry or a public investigation into what happened at Parkside. And today, the government of Saskatchewan answered that call, and they announced that the provincial ombudsman's office will be conducting an investigation and releasing the results publicly. Now, this is really good news because it's not about blame, it's about finding out what went wrong and how do we keep it from happening again. I want to thank all of you for continuing to show up every day, for doing an incredible job behind the scenes. You know, you're not put on a pedestal like you should be. And I know how hard you're working. And you continue to keep an eye on each other, which is an incredibly important part of that support and that collegial environment that we work to build. So keep an eye on each other, wear a mask, keep to your own bubble, and stay safe, everybody. Bye.